Legendary political cartoonist Terry Mosher, better known by his pen name Aislin, is set to bring a piece of Olympic history to Kingston's Martello Alley on May 22nd. The Order of Canada recipient will be on site to sign copies of his latest visual memoir, Jean Drapeau's Baby. The visit marks a timely celebration of the upcoming 50th anniversary of the 1976 Montreal Olympics, a milestone reflected in Martello Alley's own uniquely themed gallery space. Thank you, Terry. Let's chat about this book. It's the 50-year anniversary, and I think it comes at a great time in Canada's history.
I've been drawing cartoons for close to 60 years now here in Montreal, and it began to occur to me a couple of years ago that I had a sort of an interesting, intriguing history of politics, sports, this, that, and the other. So I began putting these books out. One a few years ago was a history of the Montreal Expos, because I'm a baseball fanatic. I would go to spring training and do funny sketches of people and that sort of thing. So the Olympics I had covered because my newspaper, the Gazette in Montreal, wanted something unique for the Olympics in 1976. Why don't you go there with a sketchbook and just sketch funny stuff you see or conversations you hear and build them in? So it's a very unique kind of book, not just a bunch of photos of people running around a track. I've got arrogant German reporters saying things to staff and all of that sort of thing. So it's a lot of fun, the book, and it was fun to put it together.
You mentioned your history briefly, and I actually want to get into that, how you started writing cartoons or making these cartoons.
Well, when they contacted me about this Martello Alley, I was very curious about it because that's how I started out. Years ago, I was studying at École des Beaux-arts in Quebec City, taking art classes. And in the summer, I would go down to an alleyway and sketch American tourists. Cartoons, portraits, caricatures, and that sort of thing. And, you know, they paid me $2 a shot or something, and I thought, well, this is okay. And there were days when I could make $50. In 1967, that was really something. That's really where I got started doing cartoons. Before that, I thought I was going to be some famous painter or something, but it worked out well. And I went to a couple of newspapers, and they said, yeah, this is pretty good. We'll give you a chance. So I started in an alleyway.
And for people that haven't been to Martello Alley, it's tucked away, but you'll see it right away because it's just this, it bursts with life, and you can see a lot of local artists. You found that realm of political satire. Was there any inspiration for getting into that political realm?
Well, I've got to tell you the truth. I was, remember, I was a young hippie back in the day. I went to a magazine, and Saturday Night Magazine, it was a very popular magazine at the time. And the art director looked at, I had primarily sketches of baseball players and hockey players and things like that. I'm still a sports fanatic, obviously, the Olympic book. And he said, how would you like to do a couple of cartoons of the American president, Lyndon Johnson or Charles de Gaulle? I said, I know nothing about politics. It doesn't matter. He said, what you do is you watch the politicians. If they do something stupid, draw them doing something stupid. And it worked out. In other words, a caricature satire is the business of poking fun and reminding leaders that they're human like the rest of us. They make mistakes and that sort of thing. But you can use a lot of hyperbole and exaggeration in that art form. And I was just very fortunate. I fell into something. I had been working on the street, as I mentioned, in Quebec City. And within 2 years, I was doing covers for Time magazine. So it was wonderful. I fluked into something.
You just mentioned that it makes everyone and reminds leaders that they are human. Do you have any funny stories of a cartoon being received either in the right way or in the wrong way?
Have you got 3 hours? I mean, yeah, you hear from politicians all the time. Some try to sue you, but it's very difficult to do because it falls in the realm of satire. Others pretend to like you, you know. Oh, I love that cartoon you did of me. Right? Sure you did.
Where can people find out more about the book as well as more about your signings?
Well, here's the thing. I publish my own books because I know where my audience is, and I do very well with it. That allows me to give 20% of actually 20% of the sale of the book to a local children's hospital. So it's on the book cover itself. It's advertised that the percentage is going to a hospital. This is the actual Olympic book. Just type Terry Mosher into Google, and there's far more information on me in there than you'll ever need to know. Old interviews, this, that, and the other. I also have a website, and I have other things, but you'll find anything you want to know there.
With your legacy that you've built, is there any that you'd say are your absolute favorite that you still remember?
It'll be the one I draw tomorrow on the Habs. I think probably a big part of any creative person's ability is constant observation and curiosity. And right now, hockey is huge right here in Montreal. Huge with the rejuvenated Habs. So I follow that, but who knows what it'll be next week? Iran, Iraq, whatever it happens to be. It's a simple process, I have this ability to draw. I have a cleverness in me. I don't know where it came from. Perhaps my mother, she was a clever sort. And so I'm able to look at things and dream up these situations and draw something on it. I'll put a pinball machine here, or, have him running down the road here. And then I do that and submit it, and it seems to work. Most of the time, the newspapers are interested in printing it. Sometimes maybe I go a little bit overboard, but you'll find that in the Google search too, the unprinted cartoons.
That's incredible. Terry, thank you so much for your time today. I'm really looking forward to the book signing here in Kingston.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I hope it's going to be a lot of fun.